Welcome back, everybody. So my sister asked me to do her wedding makeup and I've been testing it out. Oh my gosh. I asked for photo references when she asked me to do her makeup and she sent me the most backlit photos. I mean, the girl is beautiful and everything, but the photos were whack. Like, it was just, you can obviously tell that the light was coming from back here and I'm like, how do you want to do your makeup? And like a lot of these photos she's like looking down, so you can't really even see what her eyeshadow and everything's like. I could not believe it. I'm like, why would you send this? I'm gonna start off with, let's do some like of this highlighter serum from Jones Road. So I like putting this on. It's like an oil texture, you can see. I like putting this on like right underneath my foundation because, I don't know, it makes it look kind of naturally glossy underneath my foundation. I'm using a heavier coverage foundation today, so I'm gonna need it. Okay, look at this. I haven't been wearing foundation every day because I started using retinol, or one from Rock, and I don't know, the first couple days my skin was pretty sensitive, but then it's been a couple weeks now and I feel like my skin really likes it and I haven't been having a reaction, and yeah, I feel like my skin just looks a lot better than it did before. Maybe not on camera, but in real life. Whew, yeah, it looks very different from how it did before. Okay, so what I'm doing is putting this Jones Road Shimmer Face Oil just on my cheeks like this, and then up here, and maybe just a little bit right here, just kind of where I want a little bit more luminosity. And then I'm using this NARS foundation in Natural Radiant, and it's called the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, and it's kind of a thick formula. The shade I have is, oh my gosh, what is that? What is this? How do you pronounce this? I don't know how to pronounce that, and I don't want to offend anyone by pronouncing it incorrectly, so yeah, just like 2 little dots. And oh, this brush is the Sephora Pro Foundation brush number 47. Oh my gosh, it's been so rainy the last few days. This is the first day that it's not raining in like a week, and I mean, it's still really cold, but yeah. Oh, I had a scar right here. Maybe if you like rewind a little bit, you can see the amount of coverage this offers. So it's still very skin-like, yet it's a pretty heavy coverage in terms of like the foundations that I like to wear. I do like the finish that it gives because it doesn't look too matte, you know what I mean? Okay, so I'm putting this also under my eyes. What the? The cats are running around. Okay, on my eyelids, and then also on my forehead. This is the side with the foundation, and then this is the side without. So yeah, it kind of knocks out a lot of that discoloration and like uneven skin tone situation. Oh my gosh, so usually for high coverage, like if I'm doing an event or something, if I'm DJing and I know that I'm going to be photographed, I usually wear the Il Maquillage. And my friend was talking about it yesterday, and she was like, oh my gosh, I want to try the Il Maquillage because she's been getting a lot of, I guess, advertisements on it. And I have it. And I remember when I got my color matched for that foundation, I just did it over the internet. I think like through an app or something like that. And when they sent it, they sent the perfect shade. It was incredible. And then I wore it, and I mean, I still have it. I really like it. However, I only save that for really special occasions because it really knocks out any definition in your skin. So if you wear a foundation like that, kind of similar to this in a way, this isn't as high coverage as the Il Maquillage one, but If you wear a foundation like that, also this, I feel like you can't just skip contour or bronzer or blush or highlight because it knocks all the dimension out of your face. So you just have a flat, blank canvas and you have to go back in and shade and sculpt out. Yeah, so this is what I'm left with. There's absolutely no dimension in my face. So I'm gonna go in with a contour. This is the one that I have. I've had it for a couple of years now and I still really like it. It's from Fenty Beauty and it's the Matchstick in Mocha, kind of a grayish color. So I'm gonna go ahead and maybe do this, and then right here. Oh, you know what? Ugh, I wish I didn't do this side. I wanted to do one side so that you can see the before and after, but I guess it doesn't much matter. I actually saw a video where Lisa Eldridge did Victoria Beckham's makeup using her contour pencils or something like that. And instead of drawing it directly on the face in the way that I usually crayon everything on, she just kind of like ran her brush across and then just layered on the product. I kind of like to rub it into the hairline, bring it up, kind of make my face a little bit more narrow. And then also down here as well. So along my nose, and then eyelids too, to add some dimension. So imagine that you don't see this line here. I don't know how you're gonna imagine that. Can you see the difference in terms of the without looking at this line? I wish I didn't draw it, but yeah. Okay, so Lunar New Year. Well, when I'm filming this, it's gonna be past Lunar New Year, but Lunar New Year is coming up this weekend, and I usually do it. So I live in LA, and my family lives in Orange County, and we usually do it at my grandma's house, but we're doing it at my aunt's house this year in Huntington Beach. And my family, my parents aren't divorced or anything, but they kind of split the family in that way. So I usually go over to my dad's side of the family and then my mom's side of the family. And I mean, I'm sure that's how people's Thanksgiving is like, right? You go over to your ancestors on your mom's side and then your ancestors on your dad's side, if you're lucky enough to have both of them still. Yeah, we're doing that this weekend and I'm really excited. And I'm also doing my sister's wedding makeup. She's getting married in a couple weeks, and she asked me to do her wedding makeup because I did my cousin Amy's wedding makeup. Benefit Hoola bronzer, classic. The color caramel, because they came out with some different colors because not everyone is super light like the original color. Yeah, so again, my sister asked me to do her makeup, and at first I was like, yeah, totally, it's great. And then I remembered like the amount of stress that I was under when my cousin asked me, because I'm not a makeup artist and it's just, I don't know, it's a lot of work for someone like me to do that, because if you're not a makeup artist, then you have to, I mean, I'm sure makeup artists do this too, where they do a bunch of trial runs and then they kind of, you know, do the final on the wedding day. But because I'm not a makeup artist, I've done trial runs. So I'm actually doing it this weekend. So right before the Lunar New Year celebration, we're going to do the second test of her makeup. During the week though, because I'm not with her, I've been doing the makeup. So this is roughly what I'm doing on my sister on her special day. So, oh, this is from YSL. This is the eyeshadow palette that we landed on. So this is it right here. So the color that I'm using all over the eyes, well, these two. So I'm going to start with this one right here with a ponytail brush. There's a lot of kickback on the lighter color here, but I'm just putting that all over the eye to like kind of set it. So I'm going in with this like peachy color right now. The sun's coming in, so the lighting might change a little bit. I'm going to use a regular eyeshadow brush and then go underneath the eyes. Who have you been watching on YouTube? I really want to know, because I've been watching a lot of YouTube lately. I mean, it's been raining, so I've been inside more. And then also, I've been kind of stuck in terms of, I don't know how to explain it. In terms of like creative stuff, like I don't really know what I'm doing, and I'm in this like situation where I don't know. I don't know if anything is moving forward. It feels like everything's kind of going backwards. I'm kind of stuck in this like creative rut with ceramics. I feel like I've been making the same thing for a long time, and that's just, you know, the nature of doing production, right? But yeah, I haven't I haven't had a good idea in a really long time, and I hate to say it, but I used to smoke a lot of weed, and that's usually when all my ideas come. And I think it's because something about like letting go of the ego or something like that. Anyway, I stopped smoking weed for a while, and I stopped taking edibles and stuff too, and nothing was coming. And I stopped drinking alcohol slowly, but like I stopped because I started getting like inflammation like in my shoulder, in my wrist, and my fingers, and my joints and stuff. So then I stopped, and that kind of helped out like quite a bit. So I don't think I'm gonna go back for a while, but yeah, just like making these like changes because I don't want to be like dependent on something, right? Like smoking weed to get ideas and stuff. Anyway, I bought a joint at like a comedy event, and then I don't really smoke that much, but I decided to. And ideas are still not coming. So yeah, I feel like I'm in kind of a creative rut. Yeah, what do you do when you're in a situation like that? Okay, I'm taking a liner right now. So yeah, what do you do when you're in a situation like that? Like how do you get out of it? I've heard of like the artist way and journaling and all that. Yeah, just let me know what you do. This is the 24/7 Urban Decay Glide On Eye Pencil in the color Whiskey. So what I'm gonna do is, I already put some powder down. I've been switching it up just to see what works best, but it's essentially this dark color right here, but this is a little bit too powdery, in that the powder just kind of runs. So I'm just gonna kind of line the top lid, kind of like a tight line, I guess. Take a brush and just kind of smudge it in. I was talking about that to Maddie yesterday because for a while there, I mean, she's expressed it on her channel and stuff about how she was going through a creative rut. And then I remember that time, like I've never been through a situation like that before, thank God. But like, this is my first time, but because I'd never been through that before, I told her, I gave her like, now looking back at it, I feel like it's the worst advice ever. I remember like being like, well, if you identify as a filmmaker, or if you identify as a creator of sorts, or like a ceramicist or whatever it is, you would do it no matter what, even if you didn't get paid for it. If you love something, you would do it no matter what, right? But I think I meant that, like, if you love something and you know that you feel strongly about it, then you just do it regardless. But the point is that she was out of ideas, or out of ideas, or out of things to do. So she was looking for help. The point is, I miss what she was saying completely, because now that I'm in it, I realized it's not that I don't want to do these things. It's that I don't have any ideas to do these things, and I don't know what to do next and what's worthwhile. And yeah, I don't want to just do something to do something, you know, and just make something just to create and then end up with waste, you know. I want to put a lot of like intention into it. When Maddie was going through it, I just couldn't relate. I was just like, what, you know, so far from it. And I just didn't quite get it, and now I totally do. And yeah, anyway, this is a sample of the Anastasia brow definer, which I really love. I had this in my travel makeup bag, and I decided to just keep using it. There's only a little bit left, but I have a lot of other brow stuff, but I love this pencil. It's just the perfect amount of product. I do have a lot of stuff from PR that I need to go through, so man, I can never do this brow as well as I do this brow. It's crazy, because you know that when people look at your face, they usually look at the right side of your face, yeah, like your own right, so this side of my face, more than they do the other side of your face. I just took a test online, and they're like, yeah, which person looks younger, which person looks more attractive, which person has better, more feminine facial features or whatever, you know? And I fell right into the trap. I always went with the side that looks better on the right, and the image was actually just flipped, and that was all. And that bummed me out, because this side of my face I feel like is more attractive than this side of my face. So people are always seeing my less attractive side of my face, in my opinion. I mean, it looks pretty much the same, but yeah, it's just little slight differences. Like my eye is a little bit bigger on this side, and my brow is a little bit better on this side, and my lips are fuller on this side. But yeah, that's kind of funny to think about. Okay, so for blush, my sister actually has it at her house, the one that she's using for the wedding, and it's from Benefit, and it's called Shelly. It looks like this, one of these box blushes. The closest shade that I have to it is this one right here, and it's Jones Road. The best blush in the color Peachy. It looks like a pinkish color. And I'm just gonna put it on my cheeks. And then for some extra highlight, I'm gonna go in with a powder highlighter. This is Cookie by Benefit. I actually haven't tested this on her, so I'm gonna do that this weekend, and I mean, we'll see if she likes it. But yeah, it adds extra sparkle, because the first test that we did, she's like, there's not enough like glossiness to the skin. So then she went in with a highlighter that was in a cream stick kind of formula, and the problem with that is that it lifts the product off the skin. So I'm just gonna use like a ponytail brush to kind of just draw it on. Damn, look at that. So, oh my gosh. Hey, this is strobing, right? This is what we used to do in 2016. So now that all the skin products are on, I'm gonna set everything with the Urban Decay All Night Spray. For lips, she agreed on the Glossier Villa, oh God, what is this called? Ultra Lip. And it's kind of like, you know, a neutral color. This isn't my favorite on me because it's a little bit too light for my skin tone, but I think on her it looks really good. And she wanted extra glossy, so I'm gonna put this on her. All right, let's curl the lashes. This is the best eyelash curler ever. I know I talked about this before, but this is from MAC. I stopped using the Shuremura one because it's just really hard to find. And then, gosh, the woman from RSM was saying that she really likes the MAC one. So then I tried it out, and yeah, it's fantastic. Let's go with the Bad Gal Lash brand new mascara. I'm so excited. 36-hour full blast volume. This is so, it's kind of like, you know, Dr. Bronner's, how he just had a heyday on the text, on the packaging. This is a lot of text. Kind of crazy. Wow, look at this. Wait, my battery's gonna die. I'm gonna swap it out real quick. This packaging is so cool. This is the one that I've been using, the roller lash, which, like initially when it comes on, it's great, but it kind of just like rubs off on me. So maybe if I do a combination of both, like if I put the roller lash underneath, then I can wear this one, which is waterproof. This is the type of brush that I like. It's kind of like it's like the silicone, rubbery, soft brush, flexible. Dang, this is awesome. Let's try it. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Oh my god, I love it. I love this kind of brush because it just easily combs through everything. Wow, it gives a lot of volume and separation, which is good, but not a lot of length. I mean, well, you can see the before and after. Before, after, before, after. Not a lot of length, but volume and separation is pretty good. So let's go ahead and do this eye. I don't wear mascara on a day-to-day basis. Like, it's kind of like a treat for me. Every once in a while I'll wear it. I also have a habit of like touching my eyeballs, which is not very good, but I guess being a contact lens wearer, you kind of have to touch your eyeballs a lot. This is basically the makeup I'm going to be doing on my sister for her wedding. I'm going to put a little bit more blush on though, now that I'm looking back at it. Maybe more up here, closer to the eye. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.